Good evening, Pio Nation. I hope you're having a great Monday. My name is Matt Williams, and you're watching Marietta College Esports. And joining me here is Vincent Anderson. So he'll be
just
rolling along here.
Yeah, yo. Our special guest is chair I'm sitting in.
Yep.
And here I am.
Gotta watch those chairs. They can be. You can't trust them sometimes.
We have a really exciting match today. Ooh, I like the names they got.
Yeah, we're just double checking a couple things with lobbies with profiles, but we should be underway soon. So tonight we have our Overwatch team going up against Montgomery County Community College as part of the NACE Overwatch Fall Cup. So right now our Overwatch team. Let me just double check the standings here if I remember correctly. So let me pull this up here. So right now the Pioneers are 2-1 in the NACE competition. So we're going to see if they can be 3-1 today. So while we're getting all that set up, let's just go ahead and show the lineup for the Pioneers of who's going to be playing today. So it looks, and we have a very big roster, but we'll just go over who's going to be playing. So it looks like today we will have junior Morgan White Poseidon. We'll have freshman Tyler Salnicho Azadale. Games Grump is not playing. Why is he on Team 2? I have no idea.
I believe they're probably going to switch out Hades.
Yeah, they just said it right there. It's like, wait, that's not right. But no, yeah, they're going to have freshman Mason Flatch, Harmful Hades in. That's still not right, but they'll fix it. Freshman Quentin Shields questionably. Sophomore, let's see, make sure I'm getting the right roster. So yeah, sophomore Caleb Bradley, Shadow Dragon. And then finally, senior Ian Darling, Brimstone. So looks like the first map will be, actually it should not be Helios. Better make sure. Hold on here.
That's one thing I just noticed is that Quentin's last name is Shields and he plays main tank. It's kind of funny. Kind of like how Coach Games, his last name is Games. I didn't realize that actually. No better role for Quentin.
Okay, just making sure to remind everyone it's a new week, so the first map is not Ilios.
Oh yeah, we don't want to have another mess up like we had before.
Or it just means we'll have to play another game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're just getting all that set up. So while we're getting a couple things taken care of in the lobby, and it looks like spectating is going to be team side, which is perfectly fine. Okay, it looks like they're getting the map set up here. But just a quick announcement while we're waiting. So last week we had our poll for the emotes, because thank you for your Twitch Prime subs or your just normal subs. And because of that, we have unlocked the Pio Thump emote, so you can use that in the chat. Hopefully you won't have to use it today, but it is available if you need it.
I did vote for Pio LOL, so I hope that comes out at some point as well.
Eventually, but Pio S I think was ranked second.
Really?
Yeah, so yeah, I think that's saying is where
I like that one too. It was a tough decision.
Pio Thump, then Pio S, then Pio LOL, then Pio Rage.
Yeah, Pio Rage didn't get a lot of love.
Yeah,
understandable though.
A lot of hate on the Rage on the Rage is what it is. But yeah, so while they're just double checking the rules to make sure that everyone's following the all the rules here. But yeah, so you can use Pio Thump. In fact, you can put Pio Thump now while we're waiting for this game to start up. And then, but yeah, so thank you for that. Also, this week is the last week of the virtual stadium campaign. So right now we are working with the athletics department to see if we can raise $25,000 to help support athletics. So the way you can do it is you can go to bit.ly/virtual sellout. It is my personal advocate link. So yes, I'm also selling out this virtual sellout. And you can make a donation of any amount you want. For every $5 donated, that will count towards a virtual ticket. I can't talk today. A virtual ticket for this event. And then you can designate an athletic team for half of your gift to go towards. Esports is on that list. So if you make a donation and decide to pick Esports, we'll get half of whatever you put down as your gift. The other half will go towards the Pioneer Club, which is designed to help with supporting all athletic programs at Marietta College. There is a little competition where the athletic team that raises the most money or sells the most virtual tickets by noon this Saturday will receive an initial $1,000. Now, we're a little behind. So first of all, thank you for those who have donated. It's greatly appreciated. We are a couple $1,000s behind though compared to like men's rowing, and I think men's rowing's winning. I think basketball's not too far behind. I can't remember like the top three, but we're not in the top three. But you could make that happen by going to bit.ly/virtual sellout and making a donation. And if you're not able to make a donation, that's fine. Tell your friends, tell your family, put it up on social media, spread the word that you have an opportunity to help athletics and esports at the same time. All right, so we're still getting a couple things here set up in the lobby, and I'm also going to make sure that on Discord I am sharing my screen because we do have another guest on Discord. So let me unmute myself. All right, so Drayton, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, and you should be able to see the lobby, hopefully.
As soon as I join the live stream, I should be able to.
Yeah, I guess that would be good, wouldn't it?
Yep, I can see the lobby.
Yep. All right, so we're just trying to. I think there's just a little confusion about what the first map is. So, like the first week, it was Oasis. Last week, I'm sorry. The first week was Oasis. Last week was Ilios, and then third week, I think it's Legion Tower. But I think they're having the same confusion that we had last week, where we accidentally did Oasis first when it should have been Ilios because we had that bye match. So I think we're just trying to get that straightened out. So once we get that figured out, then we should be good to go. Yeah, I think I just want to read here. There's just a little bit of confusion about which map starts what. So I'm just going to double check the NACE rules while we are waiting. Where do I find that? Here, rules. Yeah, the thing that gets confused is the bye. Yeah, match 1 and 2 is Oasis. Match 3 and 4 is Ilios. Match 5 and 6 is Legion Tower. Yeah, the confusing part was I think like we had a bye week, so we messed up at one point, and I think Montgomery County Community College also had a bye match. Okay, I'm gonna try to help with settling the confusion. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Give us 1 second here, guys. I think there's just a little bit of a discrepancy on the map, so we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back, and we'll have game 1 to you just real quickly. That was a quick break. Yep, we got it all figured out. Apologize for the small delay. We just want to make sure that we're playing on the right map, and I think everyone's figuring out what's going on. It would be nice if NACE just said week 1 this, week 2 this, but what they said in the rules was like, okay, match 1 and 2 is this, match 3 and 4 is this. And it's like, well, if you had a bye match, then does that mean that, is that really match 2 or whatever it is? But okay, now we're getting things figured out. So let's get into the game. Let me get some audio going here so we can hear the game. There we go. Apologize for the delay, but hey, we got things worked out this time.
That's all that matters. Well, I'm excited. Lijiang Tower. I have a lot of fun memories on this map. Some nice boops on the bridge you might see today. We'll see how it's going to go. I wonder what their composition will be based on that environmental strategy as well. If they're going to try that initially, because normally it's something that you can do it initially to surprise them, or you can use it to your advantage later on. Might just see a Ryan Zarya, however, for any usual kind of composition.
To my last breath.
Let's see here. So this spectator mode is going to be just team only. So it looks like we're going to see the Diva Reinhardt tank combo with looks like Ashe and Reaper for DPS, and then Ana Mercy and support. So oh no, Azadil is switching to
there's
Zarya.
Yeah, I was expecting a Ryan Zarya, just because there's debate on whether it's like it's the best for every situation, but it's definitely consistent, I will say. They help the Ryan push into things that he wants to. It's just really useful in a lot of engagements.
And Q and Azadale have a very good Ryan Zarya combination, so running this is their comfort pick. Like the healers are trying to deal with a tracer in the backline, however. Shadow Dragon trying to get an angle to get the dynamite off. He gets it right on that Reinhardt. Reinhardt pins in. He's off the map. He took 2 people with him, though. That's not a great start for Marietta, as Shadow Dragon quickly falls afterward. The rare suicide charge off the map took 2 with him, so it was worth it. Although Hades is trying to pull this map, this point back over to Marietta, and it looks like he might just be able to do that with the help of the Brimstone pocket. Very long fight here as no team has established control, and the first people that have died from the fight are back into it. Although it looks like Hades is just cleaning things up and pushing off the remaining team members for the other team. And Marietta gets the first cap.
I really like how that was played. The Ryan charging off the map, yeah, the Ryan dies, but there's 2 picks in your favor, so technically, yeah, the net gain is still there on your favor. Hades however was able to use the Wraith, get a quick reload, a little bit of immunity, get some frags off. Really, really well done by Marietta. I'm impressed by that. They're able to bring that back.
Big sweep onto the Zarya will let Marietta stagger Montgomery County a little bit more. They're gonna have to wait a bit, and another pick does come through, it seems. So Marietta first control of this ult coming up. The shatter does come in. Bob comes out from, and that Bob is gonna wreak havoc. The shatter Bob combo picks up 4, make that 5, and Marietta will be losing control of the point at 46%.
That's definitely going to be a full reset for Marietta. That was very well done by the Bob from Ashe with, I'm sorry, but I'll try my best to say that name, but I think it's the Cosmic's in there somewhere. So I think, yeah, I'm just going to call him Cosmic, but did a very good job with the Bob.
However, Marietta does have a lot of ultimates coming up. 2 of them popped already, being the Nano and the Death Blossom. Trading out, Hades continues to pick up kills. Hades has definitely been the biggest factor here for Marietta, securing the first cap, and as both teams are approaching the 40% mark on the capture progress, looks like Marietta will be trying to take control of the point again. Flip does come through, 46-44, and the rest of Montgomery decides to reset off the map, not defeat any ult charge.
I mean, again, like, if you want to do a reset like that, I mean, you can go ahead with it. There's no shame in it. If they want to make sure that they can just recuperate and just say, you know what, we're going to go an actual push here. We know what we're going to do. We have all of our team here. We'll see how it goes.
Yep, and the grab does come out from Azadale. Doesn't seem to get too many people, and a sneaky backpack almost went through. Q does fall first, and Hades falls right afterwards. However, it is traded out for the Rhine, but it looks like this might be a lost fight for Marietta. the Reinhardt does get res, but it's a little bit too late, and that might just be an ult charge bank for Montgomery, although they are able to escape.
That was very well. I'm not sure if they were already running a Sombra. If they were, that was really good to make sure that they're allocating their hacks to certain targets that need it. The Ashe did have Bob, and she was able to hack her before she was able to throw it down, so they couldn't contest point all. Not that it was going to make that much difference, since they had already lost the fight a long time ago.
And it looks like they are well aware that there's a Sombra, as although questionably does fall to start off the fight and followed up by Hades. This is going to have to be a quick reset from Marietta. 2 quick fights going the way of Montgomery, and it's approaching final fight territory here. This last approach from Marietta will likely be their last. However, Montgomery will probably have one of their own follow-up on.
We'll see. Yeah, we're gonna see how Merida is gonna try and be able to pull this one out. They won team fights. They know they can do this. They just have to do it. So they got to go with this initial pick. There's a good
late switch from Ana to Moira, looking to get a little bit more impact. And the bomb takes out 2, and nobody can touch the point. So round 1 will go to Montgomery. However, Marietta was in control for a large bit of that map.
That was a
definitely
very long
close first round.
And again, like, this was still very close. Marietta did get about 80% onto the point, and knowing with that, again, you shouldn't let your morale go down because of that. You still know that you can win team fights against them. The Diva Bomb was really good at making sure that the point was not going to be able to contest it at the very end, and that was very, very powerful in terms of countering Marietta. And I'm really glad that we're able to see that there's some really good counterplay going on here. Now Marietta needs to really think outside the box. What are they going to do here? And we'll see a composition change.
I usually like Control Center. I usually like playing the Symmetra or the Junkrat. However, it looks like Marietta will be what they have. The close quarters combat is going to be important here, so the Reaper is going to be valuable. Looks like Montgomery's pulling out a dive with the Reaper at their own, and they're trying to get early control of this right room. Looks like no picks have gone either way, although it is going to be a Reaper Junkrat from Marietta that not often sim opting with the Reaper. Questionably is the first one to go down. However, Azadale quickly responds by taking out the healer. That's a big pick. However, it looks like the control is in Montgomery's favor. Marietta's going to have to get another pick or 2 soon if they want to take this point back to Montgomery. And as Azadale falls, that has become less and less unlikely. However, the Lucio does go down. This is really anybody's fight if Marietta can get back fast enough. In order for that to happen, though, the tanks are going to have to go down, as they have been the driving force so far of the Montgomery defense. With the Reaper is designed to counter exactly what Montgomery is doing, and it takes down one as Brimstone gets hacked on the Ana, trying to support his teammates. He's not going to be able to use the mana boost. Diva Bomb comes out 1 over the grab from Azadale. Seems to only hit the Sombra and is taken out. Still picks on both sides here. Not really a definitive winner of this fight, although Marietta does seem to be pulling out on top quite a bit. I don't know if the Death Blossom there is entirely necessary, as it only have one Baby Diva, and Baby Divas are pretty easy to kill.
I will say that you mentioned before, Drayton, that a Junkrat was going to be a pretty good pick here, and as you can see, the Junkrat is being brought, and he is delivering a lot of this overhead damage, just being able to get a lot of ult charge. As you can see, he's able to do so.
Early, the EMP comes out into the Death Blossom, and that's just a very well executed attack by Montgomery.
That was a nice
Overall,
hack.
Montgomery seems to be very well coordinated. Even in lost fights, when they completely reset off the map, it was an instant decision where all 4 immediately jumped off. There was no one person staying behind. It was, alright, we lost the fight, get out, and go next. So Reinhardt does get hacked immediately. He does get the nano boost. That could be important here. The Shatter hits 3 or 4. This could be big for Marietta. They do take out the Monkey and the Lucio, as well as the Diva Mech. However, Hades does fall at that expense. Reapers on both sides are down, and Marietta looks to be taking control of the point very quickly. Very well done from Marietta. Quick follow-up onto the Shatter, and the nano-boosted Ryan was able to do a lot of damage there.
Yeah, I really like how that fight was executed. Like, the Hack Blossom came out, and then Reaper, then Marietta responded back in their next team fight with a really good execution. They got rid of they got a huge shadow with the nano on the line. Very well done on their side. That was super well done.
This fight is going to come down to the grab play of Azadale. If this grab is big, the grabs have been kind of hit or miss today, it seems, from Azadale. He's usually getting big grabs. He is hacked, so the grab's going to have to wait a bit to come out. Diva Bomb comes out, gets nobody. Rare sight, it seems. Shatter does come out, it looks like. The grab does come out as well, getting a couple players, and there we go. Harmful Hades wrapping it up here off the back of the big grab from Azadale. And that's going to be another team fight win, putting Marietta firmly in control for a potential final fight here for Montgomery. How many ults does Marietta have? It seems like they're coming up on the... they have both support ults, and they are coming up on both DPS ults. However, they will not have their tank ults for this fight. It should be enough, depending on what Montgomery can pull out. They could have an EMP coming online. That could be disastrous for Marietta if they can get a lot of EMP. The EMP does come out, connects onto a lot of people. Death Blossom comes out as well, killing one. Marietta has no DPS right now. Azadale also falls. Questionably has built up the Shatter, but is it going to be enough? It gets a lot, but it's just not enough. Marietta only has one fight remaining, it would seem, and they used a lot of ults there. They only have the tire and potentially the grab. Diva Bomb coming out in order to try and prevent a push, and Hades had used his Wraith to get out of spawn. He didn't have it to get out of that situation, so Marietta's going to be fighting one down if they can even touch the point, and it looks like they're not going to be able to. Marietta losing a very close Lijiang tower against Montgomery.
Again, like, that was super, super well done by either side. Very, very close game. And at the very end, you know, the Reaper was trying to get back to get a good last fight in, but his Wraith was already used. Diva Bomb goes off, takes him out, and all the opposing team had to do was just burn all their ults. They just have to keep them off each place. They don't care how many ults they burn. This is the last fight. They just burn them all and keep them off point. That's exactly what they did. It was very, very well done. And that will be a first map going not in Marietta's favor. However, we'll see exactly how this will change the gameplay for the next map.
Epic. Pure class.
Alright, so we'll just have to see what the Marietta decides to go with the next map. They do get next pick, so they're probably already discussing what that's going to be. Yeah, as you guys were saying, it was basically both sides, and it just came down to that last team fight, and Montgomery County was in control of the point. And in both games, they actually did a very good job of denying Marietta the opportunity to get back to the point. They actually used the Diva Bomb in both cases to hold them off, and it was enough.
Yeah, the Diva Bomb is just so good for creating space.
There.
It's all good.
Yeah, the Diva Bomb is just so good for creating space, just keeping people away from where you want, people away from where you don't want them to be, and just utilizing that. You know, it's gonna be the last fight. It doesn't matter. Just burn it. Burn the Lucio ult. You know, burn anything you want to use, because as long as we win this fight, we win the map. That's all they had to do, and you'll see that utilized a lot. So the improvements that could have happened, you know, the Rhine didn't have to use his Shatter there. Was it going to matter that much? The Diva ult still would have happened. We don't know if the Reaper would have or would not have used his Wraith. All in all, if they wanted a real final fight to go on there, I'd say that I'd probably say that the fight before the last attempt with the Diva was the real final fight, because after that it was going to be really difficult to get another push back into it unless they all switched to staggered characters and tried as hard as they possibly could to at least get back to the point. And even then, I don't think it would be that feasible. However, very close game again. Marietta had it at was it like 93%, and
The first map or the second map?
the second map.
Second map, they were at 99. It actually was overtime, and then Montgomery County was able to take it back. So yeah, they held it all the way to 99.
Yeah, the second map was
Marietta
again,
was
yeah.
fight away from winning both of those rounds. Just came down to the better execution, it seems like, from the plans of Montgomery, as they just seemed to have better execution of their strategy.
Yeah, and overall, like again, Marriott was like in the 80s at the first map as well, like very close. But then the Diva Bomb, I didn't see where the Diva Bomb went. I think it was like above ish. Like when it went off,
The
it was
Diva Bomb barely missed the wall, which allowed it to get people on the other side of the wall. It was
Yeah.
slightly above.
That was crazy. That was very, very well positioned. Whether intentional or not, still got 2 picks, and the past is still the past. Marietta still has to just put this behind them. Think about what they witnessed. Think about the plays they can make. What are the common aspects of their composition, of how they're playing? How can we counter that? That's a really good way to just start thinking ahead. Don't think about the past. It's already done. Just think about, okay, what's going to go on now? Like, don't worry about the loss. Like, it's a loss. Now you have to work on getting a win. Once they can do that, Marriott is going to be able to get this back in their favor. But next map is going to look like it's going to be Junkertown. If that's going to be the
Junkertown
selection.
coming out from Marietta. An interesting map pick, as this is a very sniper-heavy map. Insta-locking Widow is not uncommon on this map. Has very long sight lines for Ana, Hanzo, Ash, and Widowmaker. So looks like Marietta is going to be trying to let the space go in their favor, allowing potentially a sniper pick from out here. If they don't go with a sniper pick here, this map pick is somewhat confusing, as there are better escort maps to go with if you want to run this kind of comp that Marietta has been running. However, it looks like this is going to be a change of pace pick.
Yeah, I wouldn't know exactly their tank composition. It might just still be the same classic Ryan Zarya. They might switch it up with the Diva to try and dive people in high ground. We're not sure. We'll have to see exactly how it's going to perform. Actually, Hades is going to be on the monkey.
Full dive here.
Looks like they're going to
Switching
switch
Poseidon over to the Widowmaker, questionably off of the main tank onto the Moira. Poseidon is definitely a very skilled sniper, so looks like this pick was to switch Poseidon onto that sniper position, as well as I guess putting questionably Hades onto different roles.
Yeah, well, to put things in perspective, I mean, Hades is mainly a tank, and his Winston is very solid. So I think this strat does revolve around Hades playing the Winston, which is kind of his go-to tank. So we'll see if that plays a role in this map.
Marietta going with a hybrid dive with a sniper. Azadel rocking the 2020 All-Star skins for Diva. Very, very cool skin, while the Philly Fusion support coming out from Hades. Marietta looking to create some space early with this dive, pushing forward with their Reaper as well as the tanks, questionably providing billing for them. Poseidon does get taken out by the Tracer. Very early pickoff. Tracers are very annoying. I hate playing against Tracers because they move so quickly up in your face, and you don't have much time to react. However, Shadow Dragon is pushing up with his Reaper, trying to create a bit of space. Ash coming out from the other side. The Tracer is just getting more value as the match is going on. Switching over to Ash off of the Widowmaker, trying to create, trying to make some more mid-range, so close range impact with this pick. The Dynamite can provide a lot of ult charge very quickly, and looks like Marietta is going to be pushing forward here. They do have Coalescence. Questionably very low on healing juice, and he's taken out. That's not a good start for the push for Marietta. They only have one healer, however it isn't on us, so they can pump out quite a bit of healing. Marietta is going to need a pick if they want to get anything done. Poseidon solo grab there. Shadow Dragon does take out the Reinhardt, however, with the picks going the way of Montgomery. Nano does go on to the Diva, trying to create some space. Bob comes out from probably Montgomery, and it does look like that is it. Azadel probably looking for a bomb, trying to create some space, force the Ash into awkward positions, don't want to let her get into any positions, and Hades falls. Azadel sends out the bomb, hits nobody, is immediately taken out. by the Ash, which is not the ideal push for Marietta as more and more people are falling.
Hey, don't stop. Let's get it moving.
Marietta is setting up for another push. They do have the Primal Rage coming out, actually, in this fight. Marietta has to get something done with push, or else it could be, and immediately being taken out by the Ash with the pocket from the Mercy. Marietta has got to do something about this push for this defense. Poseidon has switched over to the Sombra, gets a hack off onto the Orion, but he's quickly bubbled, preventing any sort of follow-up really. Looking to build up that EMP. Hacks the Orion again, but immediately is bubbled again, and Marietta they do get a pick off, however, it is traded out. No DPS now for Montgomery. Marietta trying to create some space. Bob does come out from Montgomery. Marietta doesn't really have a great counter to that other than sleeping it. It eventually will wake up, as it just has. Azadel coming up on another bomb. He eats the Graviton. That is a big eat there from Azadel. That is why he picks it even in these scenarios. The Shatter does come out with nothing to block it. The monkey immediately falls. However, more and more picks are going the way of Montgomery, as Marietta seems to had some early momentum there, but as the reinforcements came back, Marietta just lost control of it. It looks like this could be a full hold from Montgomery, as there isn't really anybody on Marietta that can contest it. It's going to be a full hold.
Alright. So, I don't mean to... I'm thinking of how, I'd say one thing that I saw, which I would have done differently, which I don't know if it was the play, because again, this might be a little bit of a weird critique, but when Azadel threw his bomb with the Diva, it's the thing where you just press Shift Q, he goes straight forward, and it rushes into the back line. What I usually do with the bomb is I send it up straight into the air, but wait for like a half second, and then I press Q, so that way it has a little bit of charge, and then drops off right under in front of the bridge, so they don't know exactly where it is. The Rhine's staring in the air trying to find it, and then it goes off landing on the payload. And the bomb drifted so far back into the back line that some of the walls on the edge of the buildings were blocking the explosion and even getting the kills out of it. Now, I don't know if that was the play right there, but what I would have done was I would have sent it into the air to give it more of an arc to it, so that way it would have dropped off a little bit later on, and it would have given the enemy team a little bit more time to worry about it, and give it a little bit more pressure for Marietta to be able to do more with that fight. Otherwise, the pick for the hacker, for Sombra, the hacker, by Poseidon, very well done. He gets the hack onto the Rhine can't get the shield anywhere, has to fall back. Gives Marietta some pressure. They can move forward on this. Azadel eats a grab as well. What's causing them to lose these team fights is that the DPS just keep getting picks. They just keep getting the picks onto Shadow Dragon and the other DPS players and tanks as well. DPS just keep doing work, and that's kind of a big part of this. Poseidon, you gonna be able to get it back?
Opening up with a big pickoff here. Marietta looking to get some momentum, but Shadow Dragon is immediately taken out. They're gonna have to res. Both reses do come out, so no res is gonna be available from either side as this fight gets deeper into it. Marietta looks to create some space. Azadel has switched over to the Reinhardt, usually playing the off tank, now playing the original role of main tank with Hades on the Zarya. Let's see how this works out. However, the Ashe is just completely dominating the back line of Marietta with extra pressure from the Tracer. It seems like this is going to be a quick map loss. 3 minutes remaining, and there's no resistance left for Marietta to give as they are approaching the point. A very quick second map here from Montgomery. Not the best look. Marietta did pull out the Widow like I expected them to. However, due to a lack of people that they could bring in off the bench, they had to put a tank player onto heals to make up for it, and they just weren't able to recover from that lack of expertise on roles. And that play of the game really just summed up the whole match. Ash just clicking heads and rolling over Marietta.
Yeah, and again, like
8.6 thousand damage in that short of in 5 minutes. That's an insane amount of damage. That's nearly 16,000 per 10 minutes, and that's a very, very high number.
Yeah, again, you see the Ash, like I said, DPS is just putting in work. They're just getting kills off. They see a head, they click it. It's not that big of a deal to them, and they're just getting so much stuff off. But Marietta, they were doing work. It's just the big question is where was the execution? And that's where it comes into seeing like what was everyone doing in that game? What were they doing? And you see Asdale, they get the hack onto the Rhine. As I said, they push it forward. This is in the previous one when they were attacking, and then Asdale eats the Grav, and then the execution's still not happening. You have a knowledge advantage. What's going on? And you're thinking to yourself, what's happening? And then you see the kill feed lighting up in Montgomery's favor. So you're thinking, what exactly does this mean? It means that you either need to heal your DPS more, protect your DPS more, or your DPS are in a position where they're not able to do something about the opposing DPS that are getting frags onto you. Maybe they don't have abilities that they need. Maybe because you can say, oh, maybe they're just being out mechanically skilled and stuff like that. That's obviously something that can happen in Overwatch, and that's something that can exist, but you also want to analyze stuff that may not be on that side of the spectrum, because you want to make sure that, okay, what are they running that we make sure that we could easily counter? And then you look at that and you say, okay, well, our compositions are fine, maybe it's just our playstyle. Then we look at, okay, why do we have this person here? Why do we have them here? Why is he using this ability at this time? And then you look at that and you say, okay, maybe I didn't have to use that ability there. Maybe I didn't have to shatter there. Maybe I didn't have to use my bomb that way. Maybe I didn't have to do this or that. And then after that, you think, okay, now that I've gotten rid of all the stuff that could have easily ended the fight, now we look at mechanical skill and say, okay, maybe my aim was off. My aim wasn't working right there. Because this game, although accuracy can be incredibly important on sniping characters and characters that just have the ability to get the one-shot headshot or two-shot headshot, it's very, very powerful. But you also want to make sure that you take a look exactly at stuff that easily denies a fight, like a Diva Bomb, or easily denies a fight, like a Grav. And stuff that just sets up for easy team fights, one, that you don't necessarily need to have incredible accuracy for because they're all bunched up in a singular area. And also, when putting Q on the Ana putting Q on the Moira and Ana was a little bit of a questionable pick, because I think that he performs really well on Ryan. We saw him last week. Last week, I'd say. He pulled some amazing shatters off, and even earlier this game, he was doing really good on it. And I feel like switching up the composition makes sense. They want to say, okay, you know what, I know I can do this, I know Hades can do this, and we can perform pretty well here, but you're only as good as your weakest link, and the weakest link turned out to be a tank player going on heals when he's not going to be able to be as experienced on that when he's been playing tank so much. So you want to be, okay, we'll keep him on the tank. He's going to be the most comfortable on tank. We'll keep people, you might not be as comfortable in that position, but it's better for you to be a little bit less comfortable in that and him perfectly comfortable than you being more comfortable on tank and then him being really not comfortable on heals. Because then you're not getting the healing that you need, one of the most important aspects of the game. So again, very well done either side. 0-2, Montgomery favor, and we will see how this next map will perform. Blizzard World, one of my favorites, and we'll see how it goes.
Blizzard World is a very interesting map, as there isn't really a set strategy that you have to go with here. Like on Junkertown, where you kind of have to run a long range, where you can run almost anything on this map. You can run dive, you can run brawl, you can run a whole lot of things. And it looks like Marietta is going to be going back to.
It is not my preference to see
they're sticking with Poseidon on DPS.
I will see them done.
Switch it before all roles are locked in. However, it looks like that they will be going with this strange healing lineup. Azadale actually switching over to healer. An interesting pick here. Azadale has claimed in the past that he is on a one trick and very good at it. So this might end up going well for Marietta. However, I'm not entirely confident in it. Although Marietta, we seem to be confident in enough to put put it out there. So Marietta going to be going down through the Vikings lost and found area, trying to get behind, not have to go through that choke. That Echo coming out, so it's looking like an Echo, Sombra, Ryan, Zarya. Dive is being run by Montgomery, and as you can see, we get two completely different styles of play here coming out on Blizzard World, and both are equally as viable. It all just comes down to execution. Marietta has been doing very good at creating some space here, although they might have to back up a little bit as that Rhine shield is low. Ezreal coming to 50% on that mana boost could be what Marietta needs to win this fight. Still no, and as I say that, Hades does fall to the Monkey. Monkey does get hacked up, but as both tanks are gone, it's not looking like it's gonna go well for Marietta. It's a very quick execution, taking down 4 from Marietta, and Marietta's got to come get something, come with something else to win this. They do have the Nano Boost, they do have the Shatter, might try and combo those, but other than that, this might just have to be a no ult fight, try and build up some more. Duplicate is coming up soon, however. If Shadow Dragon gets the last 25% of that ultimate, it could be big. EMP does come out, followed by the Shatter, countered by the Death Blossom, but that's not going to be enough, as Marietta should be able to take first point here very easily. Looking like nearly a team kill coming out. Montgomery may have a chance to recontest, however, it doesn't look like they are going to. Marietta used 3 ults there, the EMP, the Nano, and the Shatter. However, the Shatter is almost back online, and Marietta's coming up on their other 3 ults. So overall, a very well executed fight there. The EMP comes out, all the barriers are gone, and immediately the Shatter comes out. And that's got to be a fat finger from Hades. That is a crap. EMP bomb does come out, gets 2. Marietta gonna have to fall out of this fight, as the EMP bomb just immediately halts their push.
Hello there.
Marietta's gonna have to build up some ults to make up for that grab that they threw away. Not entirely sure how he ended up doing that. Probably just slipped trying to hit W or tab and Q, but not they're letting Marietta push up quite a bit though. Duplicate does come out. It is going to be the D.Va. They pull out a couple more ultimates. Shadow Dragon looking to get that bomb right off the bat. Sombra does fall, and there's not going to be a bomb coming out from the Echo. That ultimate charges very quickly, so it's kind of surprising to see how the execution of Montgomery to just immediately fall back, not even letting him get that ult charge. He got up to 40%, and that ult charge is 6 times faster than it does for Lane D.Va. The Shatter comes out, although this might not be enough, as Question Light does fall, and Hades looking like he's in a bad position here. The heals are coming through though. Azadale not too terrible in this Ana, if I do say so. Although it's going to have to be a reset while they wait for their Sombra and their Rhine. Nano Boost is ready. We're gonna have to see who that goes out on. Marietta is looking like they're in a good position to take this second point if they can get off one good team fight. However, as we've seen, Marietta has been a couple good team fights away from winning points in map before. They just got to execute it this time. Sombra is looking to get a pick off, and it looks like Marietta is going to take this second point. They already have 2 kills, 3. Marietta shredding away at the remaining enemies, and that is going to be second point capped by Marietta with a solid time, like 3 minutes 18 seconds. That should be enough time for them to finish capping this third point. However, third points on in Overwatch are very hard to capture, as the spawns are right outside of it. So a good stall game could come out here from Montgomery to prevent the full capture by Marietta. Diva Bomb is coming out early, and it's another EMP bomb that takes out the same 2 people again. Followed up by a pick on Poseidon, and it's not looking that great for Marietta on this push. However, they will have time to regroup.
This will heal you.
I will say that hack bomb was very well done by Montgomery. The Moira was gonna try and fade away. She saw that she had her ability. She's like, okay, it doesn't matter. I'll just fade and this bomb goes off. The hack goes off. She can't use her ability, and she dies. That might be the way you can improve on that is say, okay, I know they keep running Sombra. You know they're gonna do hack bombs. I'm just gonna get into a position where I'm safe, even if I don't have my ability. So that way, that's not gonna happen again. So there's a huge blossom.
Big Death Blossom comes out, and that's just gonna be another lost team play for Marietta. Doesn't look like they committed too many ults to that. However, does look like Poseidon is gonna be looking for some scouting information. Going around, trying to see good position of that translocator. However, it might have alerted the enemy team. However, it doesn't look like it. Isidale coming up on another nano boost. It's been pretty impactful so far. Again, going for the Diva. Hopefully this time a bomb questionably is hacked. Looking like the Diva bomb should be coming up soon. If he can get a big one, Diva bomb is going to be launched out. It finds one, and that could just be enough to finish off this fight, as they no longer have any of their tanks on the side of Montgomery. The Reaper falls, and it looks like Marietta is going to be in a good position to finish off this last point. As they get some stagger kills onto the healers, it's going to be very hard for Montgomery to stall if they don't have any healers, and especially with a shatter to prevent anybody from touching Heart, Marietta might just be able to walk. Although it looks like, a big eat comes out. Hades has a grab eat. That is not what Marietta wanted, and it looks like as this fight is going on, it's a very close, sloppy fight. Picks coming out on both sides. Marietta does seem to be coming out on top, however, and that's what needs to happen if they want to capture this first point. 25 seconds left. Big EMP comes out. Big bomb. The EMP bombs have been completely on point this game, taking out at least 2 every single time, and that's going to be enough to force Marietta back. Not being able to get that last half meter or so might come back to haunt Marietta. They have 7 seconds left, and they're going to need to touch. The Reinhardt goes into the charge. They are going to be able to touch. However, the Reinhardt immediately falls, followed up by and it looks like Marietta is not going to be able to capture this final point unless some sort of miracle happens. But it looks like no miracles will be happening today. Marietta stopped just short of that 3rd objective marker, and that creates a win condition for Montgomery that they wouldn't have had they finished with time.
And I think, if I remember correctly, when they were close to that point, there was about a second or 2 where the payload was not moving.
Yeah,
and I
C9,
think
that.
that 2 seconds, if they were moving it during that time, they would have captured it.
Yeah, that's again, those mistakes, I see them every game. Yeah, they're really small, but they happen, I swear, almost every single escort. And this is an example where it's really cost them. And even if, right, it wasn't going to make it all the way there, still, when you think about it, those mistakes at some point will hurt. And yeah, the grab eat was amazing. Very well done by Montgomery. And again, like that was a massive shatter by Q. And like the shatter was able to get a lot of stuff off, but in the end, Montgomery was able to sustain themselves. They're like, okay, we're on the ground, but we get back up, we're healing, we're fine, we'll stay with this. Again, part of their objective, as Drake mentioned, is going to be really hard to get off because you can respawn and get back so fast. So you know that if you want to get that last objective, you have to practically burn so many ults just to keep them away. Use a shatter just to keep them from getting to the point. Use a bomb just to create space. Do whatever you have to do. And that's exactly what they were doing initially. But again, the people that were down were still right next to point, and they could just still sustain themselves and just get right back on. And Diva gets back into mech. So we'll see how this next one goes.
Yeah, Montgomery does have a win condition, but that win condition only matters if they're able to get these first 2 points. And if Marietta can put up a good defense, those mistakes ultimately aren't going to matter, at least on this map. On future maps, they might matter. However, if Marietta can get a good hold here on 1st or 2nd, ultimately, those mistakes do not matter. Looking like they're running the same composition on both sides, and immediately the echo does fall. That is not what you want to see if you're Marietta, and questionably falls immediately afterwards. This is looking like a lost first point. A lot faster than Marietta got their first point. If Marietta can get a good second point hold, this could be redeemable. However, right now it's not looking very good for Marietta.
Yeah, if you saw in the Ana was focused on the back line of the fight, but there was a purple Lucio right next to her, and if you would have focused her, I believe Lucio could have died a little bit faster. But otherwise, that's just a small thing. The fight was still lost overall, and we're going to see that the first point's going to be getting pushed around the initial corner, so we'll see how it goes.
On the time bank. Not what you want to see. However, longer holds have happened. There have been insane holds from Marietta on third points, on second points that just last forever, it seems. Marietta's going to have to get one of those out here. Starting off good with a pick onto the Sombra. Sombra duel has been won by Marietta. Looking like the Diva's going to be out of mech, and that's going to be a one-team fight. Montgomery just isn't going to have the firepower anymore to continue this fight. Marietta building up ults. They didn't have to use any of that fight, and the stagger kill onto the Lucio is going to be important as it creates some more time where Montgomery can't push. Marietta coming up on, they have their Shatter, they have EMP, they have Nano Boost. They're looking to be in a good position.
Very well done hack beam right there. That was a very impressive one right there. You saw the EMP come out, you see the beam, you see the team kill. That was very, very well done.
But they did pop 3 ults to make that happen.
I will say, like they got the nano, they got the beam, and they got the EMP. So I think I'd honestly say the nano was probably the least necessary. However, the beam, again, the beam's a dime a dozen. So, and it says Drayton's talking. I'm not sure if we can hear Drayton anymore, or at least I can with the Discord. So just in case, so can you hear him? I don't think I can. I don't think I'm able to hear Drayton right now.
No, I think your mic's messed up again, Drayton.
But other than that, we will see that Montgomery is going to be able to push the payload past that first corner, and they're going to be able to get control past this first bridge. Second bridge, actually. Massive hack bomb. Very well done by Montgomery. Hack bombs, like I said, are so amazing to watch. They're so fun to see. They are some of the best I've ever witnessed of Overwatch. It's just, they're great to do. You just throw that translocator up in the air, fly up like you're Genji getting a nano blade, do the EMP, hack bomb comes off. Very well done.
You can tell that they have practiced that over and over. They have that EMP bomb down to a science.
That's very well done. And it's stuff like that when you go into custom games, when you go into little training sessions, you just practice stuff like that and it'll get better and better. Very, very well done.
Yeah, it just seems like they know exactly what to do for any situation. Like as soon as that Grandma came out, we heard the beat coming out for Montgomery to be able to keep the advantage. But we're seeing Marietta winning this fight. He was just whacking the hammer, taking people down one by one. Not quite a team kill, but I think they got 5 down with that defense.
Yeah, that was very well done. Sometimes Q, he doesn't care what his opposition is, he just wins. It's kind of hard to explain. Like you'll just see him do stuff that just doesn't make sense, that just fall. And then again, we'll see if he can continue to do it for the next 3 minutes and 14 seconds. But right now we're going to see an EMP on Marietta's favor. And we're going to probably see initial picks, but not in Marietta's favor. Actually, 2 picks initially. There's Diva's out of mech as well as the Monkey Beam's dead. However, there's a lot of picks going back and forth, both in and not in Marietta's favor. So we're going to see how the C fight plays out. There's Poseidon losing to his mirror match. I'm just seeing a lot of, and like the cart's being pushed. However, it's not going to be the exact easiest fight to win by Montgomery. So
Marietta has to be able to hold here because another lost fight, and that's going to be the game.
There it is again, the hack bomb. The hack bomb gets rid of your shields. It gets rid of the Zarya bubbles. It gets rid of everything you can think of.
Actually, they moved the EMP early. That was just a hack onto Reinhardt to get rid of his shield.
Yeah, that was so well done.
And that's going to be enough to secure the match for Montgomery County Community College.
Yeah, and again, like I said, like the hack bombs there, they pulled so many of those off, and it's really crazy how they were able to do it. I'd say, because there's really no easy way to counter this because of teams that heavily rely on abilities, and there's Q getting to play the game, he always manages to do it. But if teams, they're going to be able to heavily rely on their abilities, right? We got Moira, she's like, okay, I don't really care, I'll just fade out against Ryan. Oh, I don't really care, I'm just going to shield it. Or Zarya, I'll just use my personal and then use a friendly bubble as well. And my teammates will all be fine, we'll be good, and this ult's going to be useless and we'll be able to survive it. And then it doesn't happen because the hack bomb comes out. 2 ults are used, a bunch of kills are achieved, and the fight is won by the hack bomb pursuer. And the only way you can really counter that is you say, well, we either have to figure out a way to get rid of the Sombra, or we figure out that once that bomb is going to go off, we might as well just get into a position like we have no abilities, so that way when the EMP bomb comes out, it doesn't mean anything. Or you run something to counter this, right? You could try and figure out a way to hack the Diva, hack the Sombra, get rid of them, get rid of a piece of the combo, so that way it doesn't happen again. You have to figure out a way to just actually be able to make sure that the hack bomb combo cannot come out as effectively as possible. And again, I'm not an expert at figuring out every single possibility, but that's one thing that you need to keep track of if it keeps happening over and over again. But overall, that was really good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well played by Montgomery County. And overall, I mean, Marietta still played very well. I mean, we got to give credit to Montgomery County for being a very good program. I knew going into this that they were pretty good. I didn't realize that they were this good. But yeah, so yeah, well played by them. Yeah, I think just couple little mistakes here by the Pioneers, but that's something we can clean up going into future matches.
Yeah, like a few things like the C9 and the fat finger on the grab, little few things, maybe a little bit too much stress, it's fine. It's stuff that everyone can look at in VOD review and just go over, and it's not every day, so it's going to be all right. Yeah. We'll be able to achieve a lot more in the future.
Now, and that's going to be it for us today. However, don't be sad just yet. I know we'll see those Pyro Thump emotes here real soon, but we have a ton of matches this week. So much that we have a match every single day. I'm not joking. Let me tell you what's going to happen. So tomorrow, we have our Rocket League team going up against Mount St. Joseph University at 8 p.m. Then they're going to play against Widener University at 9:15. So you have 2 Rocket League matches tomorrow. Wednesday, we have our rescheduled League of Legends match against Defiance College. We were supposed to have that on Saturday, but we couldn't. There were some circumstances that were beyond our control. So that we're going to have that at Wednesday, and I believe around 8 o'clock. Then Thursday, our Overwatch team is back, and they will be playing against... Drum rolls, I look up the matches again, because I don't remember. And if I remember what the group was, that's not it.
I don't know if it's audible, but I'm doing it, I promise.
I see something on it, so I think you're hearing it. Penn College. I remember that earlier, but I totally forgot. Yeah, so they'll be going up against Penn College in the NACE Fall Cup, so that'll be at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Friday, we received word earlier that our Rainbow Six Blue team will be going up against The Ohio State University. Our white team went up against one of the Ohio State's kind of like their B team, their JV team. But it looks like you guys will be going up against their main team.
Yeah, this is Scarlet. They're really good players. So
yeah, so this is gonna be a huge match, especially since if we win this, I believe that would be enough to get into one of the playoffs.
That will secure us into the playoffs. Yes. We're the top team that had at the time before our last win last week. We were the top team going 1-1, so with one win at least. So
yeah, so that's gonna be Friday at 8 o'clock. Now we don't know when the white team would be playing yet, so hopefully we'll be able to get that to you. Saturday, our League of Legends team will be going up against Tiffin University at 1 o'clock, and then right now, as of now, tentatively on Sunday, our Rocket League and Overwatch teams will be playing against Lord's University. We're still finalizing the time, but it's probably going to be around the same time as normal GLC matches. So probably like 11 a.m. for Rocket League and noon for Overwatch. We're still working on getting that finalized, and then next week it just starts all over again. Where on Monday the Overwatch team will be playing against Widener University. And then Tuesday we'll have Rocket League. So yeah, it's going to be over a full week. So we're going to be streaming something every single day this week. So if you have not hit that follow button to be able to know when we're going to be going live, please be sure to hit that follow button. And then for all the latest updates and announcements and schedule updates of what's going on Marietta Esports, please be sure to follow us on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Marietta Esports. Whew. Am I missing anything?
I don't think so, actually. I think you covered it all.
All right, then. So we'll go ahead and call here for today. So thank you again for watching, and we hope to see you tomorrow, and Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday, and all again next week. Have a good night.